Hello, YouTube. You can tell by the thumbnail of this video of what I'm going to be talking about. And to start off, no, I have no problems with the chapter at all with the killer or survivor. I think the chapter itself is very high quality. It's more so about the patch notes and the upcoming roadmap full of patches and updates that genuinely concern me on what Dead by Daylight is concerning their thoughts about the game or in general. So to start this off, I'm going to be talking about the perks. It's not the killer powers that get me concerned. Honestly, they feel like they're necessary. I feel like Doc has been kind of lacking a lot. I like the new changes to him. Nemesis has also been lacking, so that's a good thing. Dredge has finally got some justice, but it's more so with the perks and everything else with the whole chapter. Well, let's get into it. So it's so Midwich has been a severely killer-sided map for a while, and it's no surprise that it's about to get an update. However, when I saw some of the designs of the layout of the game itself, the map itself, it just feels like they overdid it to the point that it's just too strong. And it makes me question, like, okay, this is probably gonna get patched before the end, before it gets released. Yeah, I know that. But there's other things that can be questionable too. Is that there's some updates to this that make me think it's pretty useless for these updates. And it's the survivor perks. I think that can be questionable. First off, Blast Mine, I don't understand why it decreased it to 40% instead of 50. It doesn't give me like much of a reason why it's this way. It's never really like I just don't really see the point behind this. It doesn't feel like it's gonna impact the game at all with that. Chemical Trap. I feel like Chemical Trap being at 50% is pretty reasonable than it is to be at 20%. Due to the fact that it gives a very strong hinder effect. And now that is just being overutilized. So where I'm going with this is that the thing is, this whole chapter is good with the content itself, the killer and survivor, the new chapter. But what's coming with the chapter, the patches, is the problem. Is that instead of quality over quantity, it's right now quantity over quality in terms of patches, which is not what we all want. And more considering, these just feel like unnecessary changes. Mirror Illusion, okay, I'm not gonna complain about Mirror Illusion at all. Like, I swear, if people complain about Mirror Illusion, you are hilarious because that is such a troll perk. But overall, I feel like a lot of these changes do not make a lot of sense to why they're coming out. And then the there's another, and it's also the patch notes roadmap for this year. Hold up a second, let me pull this up. I'm reading it right now. So currently it's showing us about August this year of how we're getting the whole update, the whole patch notes to the perks, the killer tweaks, the quality of life changes. I like the scratch mark changes though. It always felt like scratch marks were kind of inconsistent. However, the rest afterwards get me questionable of when I saw the unknown hillbilly in the twins. Okay, twins are already a hopeless patch. Like that's just saying, oh, try playing this killer when specifically no one wants to play this killer. It's just the power in general. Unless it's like a full fledged rework that changes the playstyle entirely, then no one's gonna play twins. And Hillbilly in the Unknown. Okay, the people that complain about Hillbilly is just rather insane because he may be the third strong. He is the third strongest in the game. However, he's also the if not the hardest killer to play in the game, and with a massive skill ceiling. The Unknown is fairly balanced. It's actually very balanced. The Unknown is very balanced in the game, and I don't think any changes are needed for the Unknown itself. So these just feel completely unnecessary overall. And Skull Merchant, nah, I'm down for Skull Merchant just getting a whole big tweet. Leverage, crowd control, blood rush feel also just entirely useless. Distortion is the only perk that I see really needing a huge change due to the fact that it's just been such a awfully unbalanced and unhealthy perk in the game. Plague and Cenobite for the next one is also just like, why? Both those two are very well balanced. Cenobite has been balanced. Plague has also been balanced in the game. She's strong, but not broken. Cenobite has not been overpowered. He's not strong or weak. He's balanced overall. And Pharmacy, Scene Partner, Shadowborn, Weave Atonement. I have so many questions about this. It feels like they're just trying to throw shit in the mix. And it's just not working. It's not working all the time because overall they could be improving the quality of the game. They could be improving the maps. They can be improving the game mechanics. They could get rid of bugs that have been there for a while. But no, they're just overtuning and everything. It's just, it feels like they're just choosing quantity over quality. And I think the main problem is that they are listening to feedback, but it's the fact that there's some feedback that's just louder than others, and it overtunes on how that feedback goes. So these unnecessary nerfs or buffs are coming from those individuals when they could be using someone like Hens or Otts getting their advice to immediately just ask, oh, hey, how's this? How do we get this problem to work? There is no problem with Cenobite. There's no problem with Plague. There is counterplay to both of them. There's also very heavy counterplay to the Unknown as well. And Hillbilly, Twins is just hopeless. Skull Merchant, okay, Skull Merchant just needs to get changed overall. No one likes playing Skull Merchant against Skull Merchant. And to those who enjoy playing Skull Merchant, you're not real to me. I'm gonna be honest to you. Distortion is the only perk I see out of this that's worth of being entirely nerfed. I think every perk should not just get a buff, but remain like a synergized perk. That way it's just not overtuned, not undertuned. It's just fun. And I feel like the current state of Dead by Daylight just needs to like have these little changes that implement such a big change to the game. That makes it positive instead of just more unhealthy and negative. So that's pretty much what I gotta say. It's not much of what it is, it's just much of like why focus on perks and killers when you could be focusing on the game mechanics itself. That that rubbed me the wrong way. And I'm also against like the finisher Mori. I just after last time it just feels like why bring it back? I just don't know how it's gonna go. If it's just gonna work worse. Overall, these it's just like I want quality in a game, not quantity from an update. That's it. And the feedback that's going to the behavior itself is just way too loud for any reasonable feedback to reach them. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching on my reasoning on why this is just overall just a very unhealthy update. And I think that I really hope this does go out to someone that's big in the DVD community that hears this out, that hears me out about this, and I hope they feel the same way because I don't want this to be the case. I want I want quality. I think that's the same thing with the entire DVD community. We want quality, not quantity in updates. Otherwise, it just gets overtuned and yeah, it goes very wrong. It's just better off for certain synergized perks to be synergized instead of just independent. Otherwise, then they become overpowered. So, thank you for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!